Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene set in Vampire Requiem, a Requiem for London. Tonight, we set the scene with Alley Katz and Ben, who are both heading to Coffee and Fight Club, as it's affectionately referred to. All the way out in Ealing. There, and the Carthians will know what to look for. There is a cistern that can be reached through a sewer tunnel under a footbridge that runs across the River Brant. Completely disused. The cistern leads to the cistern is a large circular space with parts of it having been air quote renovated with tiered benches. What do you call them? I think rafters.
Talking about like on the ceiling?
No, it's what is the word for it?
Bleachers?
Bleachers, I think it might be. Yeah, rafters is like roof beams. Yeah, bleachers. Where two kindred are beating the shit out of each other in this makeshift fighting ring. As the Carthians look on and cheer. You both know that the location of Carthian Fight Club tends to change quite frequently. It's very much a mobile affair. But this is a location they've used before, and for those of you that have been in the city for some time, have probably even seen Carthian Fight Club here. But it's the bleachers of cheering Carthians, of which there are about 2 to 3 dozen. You can see alone sitting above it all, there are 2 kindred. And they're in part of the bleachers, just sort of leaning against the back of a bleacher and just sort of arms spread out, just enjoying soaking in the atmosphere.
Ben will turn to Alley Cat and be like, I think you're more lacked among the Carthian movement, so why don't you go first?
Weren't you the one who had stuff to discuss with them?
Well, that's why I asked you to come along.
Sure. Yeah, okay, cool. You know, they do tend to appreciate it more if you just, go up there and show some, But come on, let's.
Alright, fine, I'll do it, fine.
Cool. I'll be your backup. Don't worry.
So
gonna
Ben will
punch you on
approach. So Ben will approach what I can see is Verve, and I don't recognize the other person. And just sort of like, I was curious if I could ask what is
Speak
needed.
up.
I said I was wondering if I could ask what is needed for the war effort, among other things.
Well, that depends. Who the fuck are you?
What?
She doesn't know you. That's the problem.
Ben
I
Smith.
don't know you, so I don't know how to use you.
Oh, sneaky information gatherer, stuff like that.
That is something that we need. What's your name?
Ben Smith.
Haven't heard you around the place. You must be new.
Yeah. In a general sense, if people don't know who I am, I'm probably doing my job right.
Not in the Carthians, you're not.
Fair.
So, your name's Ben. What's your clan?
Maquette.
Guess the whole sneaky information thing makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, in that case, I point you in the direction of Mer. She's handling information and intelligence. Part of Stanford's crew, but I won't lie, she's extremely fucking good at what she does, so
It's good.
I can't really deny him that. Was that it?
I mean, I was just also at one. I guess I'm just curious what you would describe the end goal to be, because I mean, like, obviously we want to get the Invictus out, but what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Wipe out the Invictus, replace it with something democratic. When there's an issue, can come together and vote about it. Fairly simple.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Yes, democratic's meritocratic. for the most part, don't expect us to be voting on things. I expect people to be looking after themselves.
Yeah.
You control the territory you can handle. If you overreach, somebody will ring you in. It's a self-correcting system. I expect those in the new movement to be strong and to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And those that don't, well, they should find somebody that does so they can learn. Or you should have a decency to stay out of where those that do.
I mean, Ben was pretty useful in the last fights.
Never said Ben wasn't. Never said he didn't know what he was doing.
I'm just giving him credit.
Yeah.
He should.
I did hear about that, actually.
Oh, right.
Chav dropped a word. You want to tell me what exactly went down? From your perspective?
So we went to the warehouse that was where Alicat's sire was being kept. Then Chav and I scattered the place out, saw that there was a kindred that was obfuscated, you could say, by some mean. I caught him with an organizer to try and take out the perimeter defenses, but it was clear that it was kind of set up for a trap. Eventually, we just fight our way through all the people there. It was from basically a bunch of gangbangers and the like, using either flare guns or dragon's breath. There was a Ventru who was basically organizing the whole operation. It seemed to be mildly remote from what the Invictus were actually doing there. Probably as a means to make sure that if we did go to take her sire back, it would be easy to do, or it would be harder for us to get information out of him. Also, mildly seemed like his grab at trying to impress his higher-ups or something. The two kindred who were there are now dead. Because one of them was a sniper and the other one didn't really have anything of value. However, the Crow now have Alicat's sire. Was it Sadie? Katie?
Sadie.
Sadie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Sadie was also thoroughly brainwashed.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But Murph, she was the one that took it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell her if she doesn't return her to how she was, and that she don't come back in one piece, I'm bringing fire and brimstone. I've no time for this backroom bullshit. The fucking grandsires and elders treating their kids like pawns.
I mean, tend to agree with you, but at this point, this guy was also kind of set up to be a distraction, I believe. And I don't know, like, in all honesty, I don't think we can fight a war on two fronts. I mean, saying this, I want my sire back, don't get me wrong, but fuck.
It's not about fighting a war on two fronts, it's about just getting one of our own back. If the Crown is serious about an alliance, they won't keep ours fucking hostage.
see what I can do.
I mean, you know, I don't have a bunch of crones staked in my fucking basement.
Would be useful though at this point.
Just tell her that Verve wants her back.
Yeah, sure. She's just gonna text straight away. You know, why wait for it?
I was also going to ask, how do you feel about the movement as a whole at this juncture, considering the particular turn of events that happened at the election?
What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
I guess everything seemed a bit terse for picking a leader. If that makes any sense. Just an observation I made. I was wondering if you made the same one and had a particular opinion on it, or saw any particular anything that would have been off for you.
Boo-hoo, the Carthians spoke. That's pretty much it.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, it's wits plus empathy.
Oh, fuck
Yeah, I have more than 3 dice for that.
I have a whole 8.
Neat.
Last time I said that, I failed. So okay, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, there's no penalty here. She's not hiding her intent in any way. She doesn't seem to have much sympathy for those who are on the opposing side of the argument. It's
Should
very
sympathy,
much,
right?
yeah, it's very much, you know, her attitude very much appears to be the guillotine's one, get with the program.
All right.
It's not violent, it's not tyrannical, but it's very blasé.
Yeah.
You get the
All right.
impression that she's more interested in fighting the war than addressing the concerns of her opposition.
No, that's fair. Very well then. I'll try to do my best to make sure that this is handled as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Talk to Chav. He'll put you in touch with Mer. She always works through some intermediary because she's paranoid as fuck.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, and one last thing. A member of the Ordo Dracul, Alexander Hartwell, seems to be the type who's willing to do whatever for money. So, if that's something,
Who the fuck is this Hartwell guy?
I don't know, scientist for the Ordo. Only had one conversation with the man. I'm just informing you that was some. I'm just informing you of what I know. So if you want to get on whatever he has, then you know. At least have an angle to work on if you're talking to him. But if you don't, then it's just a weird piece of information I picked up.
Yeah, the Order are lucky we got fucking bigger fish to fry.
Fair.
Last time this shit show happened, they were selling us, all their dirty tricks while doing the same with the Vickies.
I gotcha.
Which means he's either already talked to them, or he's going to after he's talked with one of us.
Oh, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be loyal. Most of them seem pretty disinterested in anything with any of the morals related to the Carthians or the Invictus, so...
Hashtag not all Ordo, I guess.
I mean, that's fair, but him specifically, I'm not sure about, like, what's his name? Marcus, Joshua, Julian, I think? No, not Joshua. What's the other one?
Yeah, Julian.
No, there were three of them. It's fine. Or three more. But yeah, I just thought that would be maybe something you'd be interested in if you want to have, like, magic, auto Dracul magic or whatever on your side, but it's neither here nor there.
Depends on what they're offering. Because I don't intend to give him the same easy ride that the establishment's probably going to give him.
I mean, that's fair. When the man was a very particular fellow.
Probably just get in touch with Yorga directly. It'd be fucking simpler.
Yeah. He also was a particular sort that, like, hunt the... What was it? Hold on, I need to look at my notes. He hunts, like, the owls or whatever they're called. The Ordo calls them.
For what?
Just, he feels it's his duty or something like that.
Can you just repeat that? Because I didn't quite hear it.
It's his duty or something like that.
No, prior to that.
Which part? Hunts owls. Oh no, sticks.
hell.
There we go. I think that was the term that was passed around.
Wouldn't surprise me if they'd brought them fucking back.
Alright.
Depends on what he does. If he starts pulling shit, then I'll take him out myself. If he wants to play the mercenary, that's fine. But the moment he drops his neutrality is the moment we do the same.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I appreciate your time. That's most of what I had to ask. I'll get with Chav and then get with Merc.
Yeah, just as a word of Chav, he'll put you in touch with him.
Alright.
Then you'll probably get some esoteric as fuck tasks that you don't understand.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I think I'll have an easy enough time figuring it out, at least comparatively.
That's how she works. But it's gotten her this far, so I can't really question it. Not my style, personally.
Yeah.
But we all need our spies and our assassins and shit, so I'll put you in with her. You might get assigned to a coterie, depends.
That'll be fun.
All right. Ali.
Yeah.
It was this guy you killed. You say Aka, right?
Yeah, I was accurate.
You know much about him?
He he was leader of the Limehouse Syndicate, which was a sort of a underworld gang kind of group. First met him on the yacht where, he had like a ton of kindred staked and had that kind of weird blood thing going on.
What you mean
She's
weird blood
digging
thing?
through her memory.
You mean Violet, right? So he was the guy behind Violet.
I don't think. I don't know, man. Like, I think he was a big chain. I doubt he was the only chain. Like, I mean, we know at least that probably Ordo is also involved in that, so I don't think he was working on his own.
Nah,
Maybe
I
he was
doubt
the
it.
key in. So yeah, I got a little zealous there. I was
How
done with
Violet
him.
shit. Some auto alchemy or something.
Yeah,
Don't doubt it for a second. It's not it's not the establishment's area, really. They probably did some devil's bargain with him for it.
probably. I don't have any current leads, but I'll keep investigating that shit.
Yeah. I might put you in something else next.
This is not over.
It's not over. But we also got a lot of other targets, and Akit's dead.
She's looking like she is definitely disagreeing and kind of opens her mouth to start an other argument, but then shrugs and says, whatever.
You ever consider joining the Guillotine's alley?
No.
You got the skill set and the mindset for it.
I don't like to be placed in a box.
It's not the Guillotines that are going to be placing you in a box. It's going to be everybody who's judging you for it.
I don't care.
Well, you're a Carthian, ain't you? Isn't that a box? By your logic.
I mean, it's as boxless as the boxes come.
Whatever helps you sleep during the day. The offer's open.
Sure, I'll think about it, but at the moment, honestly, throw me in a box, put a name on it, doesn't matter. We have bigger fish to fry, as you just pointed out.
Yeah, but those who wear a patch tend to get more cred. But it's your choice. I respect it either way. I'm not gonna gang press you into the fucking guillotines. It's not what we stand for.
Cool. I'll give it a thought, but yeah, like I said, I have a lot of things to think about at the moment. Give it a more serious thought when my sire gets back.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'll give you that. Talon, he's more or less just been sort of listening this whole time. Hasn't really said much. He'll say to Ali, I told you about the meeting, didn't I?
The what? Refresh my
The
memory,
family
please.
meeting.
Did you? Fuck her.
Fucking hell, okay. We're gonna be having a meeting. From what
Oh.
I'm hearing, a lot of clans are having a meeting.
I mean, not surprised. Cool, yeah, name it. I'll try and be there.
I mean, they're probably just copying us, the fucking spineless pansies, but
Yeah, because we are the first ones to have meetings.
yeah, we did. We're older than all these fuckers. No offense. He says to Verve. But yeah. And that's probably what, I mean, wouldn't surprise me if your grandma brought your side to. It's probably why you'll next see her, if I was to guess. But who the fuck am I to say?
Well, that makes it more interesting to go, but I'm not very good at meetings, as I think I've proven during the Big Carthian thing.
Yep, too right. Well, that's not hard to really tell you, unless you want to go a few rounds in the ring.
She's just gonna open, like, their vest slightly, and you can see, like, the dragon breath shot still there. Like, yeah, that sounds amazing right now.
Fuck, that'll make a nice scar. I assume that was Hacker, whatever the fuck his name was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit. See, it took on Dragon's Breath. Fuck.
Not the first. Probably won't be the last if this continues to go like this.
Oh, shit. I'll keep that in mind.
She shrugs and, zips her hoodie back up.
People aren't gonna want to fuck with you if you show them that, that's for sure.
Well, I'll just go stand in the ring and just lift up my shirt then, huh? Flash him or something.
Some of the kids down there aren't as bold as you might think. They might just actually do it.
Mm. No, right now I'm not really in the mood to go bashing. Maybe another time though.
Looking forward to it.
Well, you'll be the first then. It's a date.
Hey. Sounds good. And I guess I'll be broached at the meeting, but I'll just say on behalf of the rest of us, we appreciate those who look out for family.
Are you then talking about Mirth or me?
You. Mirth as an angle. I mean, granted, all of us do. She's always been a bit of an odd one, though.
Hey, you're still talking about my grandma. She kind of grins.
Everybody likes to bash their parents every now and then. Besides, you're in your rebellious teenager phase.
I mean, somehow I have a feeling that that's just me, but hey, whatever.
It's welcome. Both in the movement and in the clan.
There you
But
go.
we'll remember you're looking out for your own.
Cool. But yeah, now let me know when the meeting takes place, and unless I've taken more of these, I'll be there, most likely.
You'll know.
Raises her eyebrow at that. That sounded ominous.
He just enjoys you being all suspicious and unsettled. He takes it in.
You know?
Alright, but that's it from me. You can either watch you can either enjoy the show, or you can fuck off and find some place better to be.
I'm gonna look at Ben. It's like, didn't you have someone else to talk to?
Yeah. I need to find Chav. For starters.
You also wanted to talk to Stanford.
Yeah. You need to say that out.
I was gonna say, I don't want to say that out loud.
Friendly reminder.
Did you really? No. I didn't remember that. But Ben isn't stupid. Ben's like, yeah, they don't even know I want to go talk to Stanford.
Do it.
Immediately. For frenzies.
I'm so inclined for Ellie to just be like, oh yeah, we gotta talk to Stanford now. I won't. This is your spiel.
That was like cold shot on head. Does 10 damage. That is decapitated.
This is how the Carthians destroy themselves. God damn it.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Shut up, you.
Nobody was surprised.
I like how when I say people take it serious, and they're like, oh shit, fuck. But yeah, if you want to go find Stanford.
Yeah.
He is a little bit more difficult to reach right now. Not for any fault of you or he, but
didn't Ali just have his phone number at some point?
Yes.
You know, she's gonna look at Ben. Is like, I don't see him. You want to just give him a call or something?
Oh yes, that'll be a genius idea.
So yeah, she's just gonna ring.
Obviously, when we're not around for.
No.
No.
You're just gonna hand the phone over to Ben. Like, she's not gonna. Like, this is it again. This is his show. So, you know.
You begin ringing the phone.
Yeah.
Goes off for a while. And you hear a familiar voice on the other end of the line. Ah, Alican, how can I help you this evening?
Sorry, it's Alicat's phone, but I'm not Alicat. Anyways, I'm Ben Smith.
You might hear Ellie just kind of snicker in the background though, because she thinks that's hilarious.
I was wondering if you would have time to meet up at some point. If that's alright with you.
There is a heavy sigh from the other side of the phone. If you could please remind Miss Alley Cat that my contact information isn't something to be spread around. Like a...
Yeah, so Ben's gonna put his hand over the phone and tell her that. So imagine that Stanforth gets a very muffled, yeah, he's mad that you let me call him. I don't think
He's just gonna, ask for the phone for a moment.
Yeah, he'll hand back her phone.
He's like, no, I didn't pass your contact information around. Just passing my phone. Someone who helped me out a great deal. Yeah.
What is it that you wish to discuss? And is this something that should be discussed over the phone or in person?
Probably in person. I don't know.
He sighs.
Alleycat, pissing off one elder at a time. Yes, please.
God.
I'm currently in the middle of something quite important to our movement's interests. However, if you would be available in a few hours, I would be able to meet you at Brunel University.
Yeah, check. That'll work. See you in a few hours then.
See you in a few hours.
Awesome.
I'll text you when I'm available.
Cool. Deal. See ya.
Ben's just on, watching them have the conversation with, a question mark look on his face, holding thumbs up. Immediately.
Oh yeah, she'll give the thumbs up back. It's like, everything's fine, yo. After hanging up, she says, a few hours, you have to be at uni.
Oh, that's fine.
He's gonna let us know when he's around. I do hope this is not just to make introductions, though, because I don't think he's gonna be very happy.
I was gonna ask him some things. Granted, probably just give him the fact that I'll most likely be working under him on some level, considering that the person that I was directed to by Verve is one of his people. So knowing that he has another, ear on the ground, as it were, would be nice. I guess I also want to ask very similar questions to him as I asked to Verve. It's neither here nor there, as well as if there's any particular direction that he'd point me in.
I mean, as the illustrious leaders of the Carthian movement always kind of point out, they're no better or worse than the rest of us bunks. So,
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, they think they're no better. I'm not going to treat them any better.
And that's also fair. But they were still on the stage together, watching the whole crowd at the end of that whole thing.
I mean, you could have jumped up on that stage if you wanted to.
That's not what I do. That's not the point that I'm getting at. there was a particular sort of tension in the room, and I'm curious how they both respond to it.
I guess you do
As
you.
well as so I'll probably get along with the woman that does all the esoteric information a lot better than you'll think.
Probably.
Yep.
So we might as well enjoy this show while we have a few hours, or do you have other plans?
I don't have any plans.
Cool.
We should go into the ring and actually try it. Let's see what happens.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Dude, trying to get me killed?
No. But the other guy, he was like, they'd be scared of you. He fucking took buckshot to the fucking chest.
Dude, I really doubt anyone is scared of me.
Oh, come on, try it.
God.
Come on, try it. Look for science.
Did you get paid off by that dude to try and convince me?
No, I just thought it was a great idea as well.
You know, I can't drive you back if I'm like bleeding out on the ground because of this.
Probably.
Screw it. Why not?
God. No, you're actually injured. It's fucking with you. Don't
No,
actually.
you've done it now.
God.
Does Ben look like he has that look on his face of I made a huge mistake?
Yeah, he does. He was just. I'll give you this one for free. He was fucking with you.
Oh yeah, I know. Which is one of the reasons why she was like, "Oh, you know what? Fine, I'll do it."
So just walking down to the ring.
I know she's gonna walk up to Verve and like, what was his name again?
I mean, you got 4 hours to burn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna smash a gangrel. Because Ben told me so.
What?
Right. So you're just gonna try and like intimidate the shit out of the guy you're gonna face, or
I mean, she told the guy sitting next to Verve that I don't know the name of that he would be the first who basically got to dance with her, quote unquote. So you know,
shit,
she's just gonna walk up to him. It's like, apparently they want me to fight. So you know, I did promise you the first round.
well, shit, it'll be the last, but okay.
I know.
You see that Ben's just like doing like the no, don't do it gesture.
Oh, she's just gonna look at Ben as like, oh, now you don't want me to not do it, and earlier you pushed me to do it.
It was a fucking
Get
joke.
out of mind.
It's a fucking joke.
Talon just like puts his hand on Ben and just starts dragging him into the ring with Ali.
Oh, God.
I have a feeling I'm gonna call Stanford and be like, we got busted on our end. Sorry, looks like you have some time for yourself. But yeah.
I got 20 pounds. I'm the not skinny one.
You know, Allie's just gonna casually follow.
Also, 10
That's
for
just
1 in
like-
favor of Talon. It's not like 50 to 1. No one expects Ben to win.
No, Ben doesn't expect himself to win.
So
Ben's just like, well, it's time for an ass beating.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck.
don't hurt him too much, dude. Kind of still need him around afterwards. I have an appointment to keep.
So, he just casually tosses with preternatural strength, Ben, down into the ring and just kind of casually leaps down.
By the way, Chris, are there any rules to this fighting?
God.
No, you can use disciplines, you can't use magic.
Okay, that's the only rule.
The
Okay,
only rules
good.
you can't use, no frenzy, no sorcery, no final death unless the fight is explicitly considered to the final death, which is consented by both parties prior to the fight. They're very rare, but they do happen.
That's that, and those are the only rules?
Pretty much.
Okay, cool. Ellie's just gonna, if there's like a ring, like a fence or something, she's just gonna sit on the fence and wait.
Okay. There's not really a fence, but there are bleachers you can jump off of.
Cool. One of the things the rules didn't mention is that you can only fight 1-on-1.
The center of usually these matches are sort of figured out in advance. This is a very impromptu thing. So normally, like, the people involved will be decided upon before the fight, but that's not the case here. Talon's basically doing an impromptu exhibition with this rando neonate that he's decided to beat the shit out of.
That looks like a fucking twig, might I add.
Yeah. So, he just sort of the cistern itself, like the ring, is basically just like a pit of sand. That's sort of filled for now empty cistern with the bleachers all around it. And he's just gonna dust off his knuckles. And he'll just say to you, I'll go easy on you. I won't bring out the pointy. Shit.
Alright.
Just realized Ben is also only on 5 blood. Aw, poor
Ben's
guy.
Ben's on 4.
Oh, 4 even. Oh dear.
He's not going to be spending blood. He's just going to take the fucking lumps.
So,
I mean, don't worry.
we're just gonna make this just 3 rolls.
3 rolls.
Okay.
Free and out for what's it called? Free and done.
Sure.
Just to declare an action, because I don't actually want Ben to get the shit kicked out of him. I'm just kind of planning to
definitely
jump
gonna
in
get the shit
between the
kicked out of
fist and I'm just planning to jump in between Taylor's fist and Ben face.
It's almost as if Talon doesn't like it when people are goaded into fighting the battles of others.
I mean, I don't think this was a battle that was like someone else's.
It was just a joke, man. It was just a joke.
Also just likes beating the shit out of people who knew. The guy that ran a fight club. Like, kicking the shit out of
Like
people
I
who knew.
said, if there's no initiative, like I said, I'm just gonna jump in between fist and face.
Oof.
Oh, God.
Well, you'll get the first roll. So, okay, make me a strength plus brawl. His defense is...
Alright, cool. It's a chance dice. Okay. Good. Off to a good start.
His defense is 4. He does have a dodge and celerity.
Oof.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So it's just chance die, right?
Yes.
Alright. It was a
That's
1.
dramatic failure.
Oh my god, you're kidding me.
That's hilarious.
That's special.
So I imagine how this goes out is that he's like waiting for Ben to throw the first punch. And Ben's just like, alright. Just like terrified out of his mind.
Just like you take a wild swing at him. And it is like throwing a full force punch into like solid rock. Like, is the sensation. You go in the arm rack condition.
Oh,
as your hands, as the bones in your hands splinter against this walking mountain.
He's like, you know, I was just joking, right?
I know. But sometimes I want to laugh too, you know, as he goes to clock you.
okay. Chris, do you want me to roll Dex Athletics to, like, you know, knock off successes on your part? From him?
Yeah.
I mean,
can
at
take
this
the
point,
success-
Ben
you can
understands.
You can take the successes of his attack. He is just like punching, he's not clawing, so
Mm-hmm.
trust me, you'd know if he was, you'd probably die.
Oh, yeah, I am. I mean, I am aware of it.
What's your defense?
Ben's
My
Actually,
defense
defense.
he'll roll against Ben's defense, but he'll end up hitting you because you're going to jump down in between them.
Oh God!
I think that actually works in your favor because I have a higher defense than you.
Really? Neat.
Don't you have like 2? I have 3.
I have 3, sweetheart. I have 3.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
That's fine.
So
Yeah.
he's not rolling incredible dice against you because he's not. Oh, that's not true actually.
I mean, like, I
He's
imagine
still
like
rolling.
combat spec gangrel is gonna just.
He's still rolling a large amount of dice because I actually forgot to account for his vigor. But outside of that, he is fairly modest. So
Well, let's see how well I do with my 5 dice of Dex Athletics. Oh wait, I can spend a blood on this. I have enough blood. I'm on 8.
Lucky.
And I have full willpower after that disastrous combat where we got my sire back. So I am just for, you know, fucking hell's sake, and just for, you know, being that tiny gangrel that basically being the David to Talon's Goliath, I will spend the blood and the willpower on this. Because, you know, you need to make a good show of this.
to do what?
Like I said, basically catching his attack.
Okay, so you're spending for resilience, I presume.
Yes.
Okay. The willpower you don't really need to spend here then.
Oh,
Unless
okay.
you're spending it to attack him, but he gets 4 successes on his attack. How much
I
resilience
mean, my
do you have?
resilience is 3.
Okay, so this is non-bane damage. So what resilience does here is it's your resilience +1. So you actually take all of the damage of his attack.
Neat.
Quick question, how much blood do you have?
I spent 1 on resilience. I was on 8, so I'm now on 7.
Alright, well you don't take any damage, like he clocks you hard. Like it's you stumble back a couple of paces, but there is no visible damage on you whatsoever.
Cool. She's just gonna grin. Very sweetly at him, actually.
He's actually kind of pissed off.
God damn it. Ben just looks at Alley Cat, like your hand on the ground, just shattered. Like, you realize I was just gonna take the beating, right?
Oh, so he does have a pet. Guess you should go in a box then.
He's no pack of mine. But, you know, I mean, look at him. You seriously, that's not gonna do anything for your rep, nor his. Punching on a kid.
I don't like Smart Alex who try to prod people from the sidelines. As it's gonna be a free and done, so he's gonna take his second attack. This time he's going to try and shove you out of the way.
Okay.
You
What
can
do
attack
I
him
roll?
if you want. But you haven't
No.
attacked him yet. You're not gonna attack him?
No, I'm just gonna, basically use my action to just not be shoved. I don't know if
Okay,
that's like an action.
That's a dodge. So it's dexterity
Oh,
plus
no,
athletics.
actually. Can I try and tackle him? Because that might be interesting. I don't think I actually have enough dice to roll, don't get me wrong, but
Knocking someone down is a bit more complicated than
yeah, I figured.
So like you can attempt to sweep him, and I would say you can give him the knockdown condition, but you wouldn't do any damage.
That's fine.
He will attack you first. He gets 2
Okay.
successes. Actually, he had some dice this time because he's using multiplier. I think he might actually, even though he just has to.
So, this is his second attack. I don't think... Is this like the new turn, or is this like in the same round?
He's just violently shoving you out of the way. The crowd is displeased at your interference. Or rather, they were pleased, and then there was no punching, and they were very angry after that. Also, Talon's a bit of a crowd favorite.
That's fair. Do I have to fucking punch this guy? I don't want to punch a guy. She's gonna be like, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's still annoyed at Ben, like, but hey.
Blame Ben. Ben's to blame for everything. You should blame Ben.
I mean, he is, but she's not gonna do it publicly. But yeah, she'll try and punch.
You should let him beat up the nerd.
No. I'll do the dex brawl thing.
Beat him up.
If he
Or,
does,
sorry,
if he
the strength brawl thing.
So, yeah, roll me to dodge. It's dex plus athletics plus authority if you have any times 2.
I don't have.
Or you can try and sweep him and knock him down. If you fail this check, he will be able to clock Ben in the face.
Okay.
And you won't be able to stop him past that point because he is quite a bit physically stronger than you due to vigor.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's only because of resilience that you didn't go flying out of the ring.
Yeah.
He's quite strong.
So, looking at the crowd, what would be more of a... Because honestly, she feels like if we're just gonna put on a good show, then like basically Talon's feelings will be sort of satisfied, and the crowd's feelings will be sort of satisfied. So we kind of like, So what would be the crowd favorite thing to do? Would that just be to punch him?
Yeah, make it a fight.
Okay, cool. Then she'll try and punch him.
Ironically, you and Ben, for some reason, are the heels in this situation, which doesn't really make a lot of sense logically to you, but that's what the crowd thinks.
Hmm.
I mean, Ben is actually the heel in this situation.
That's not actually very inaccurate to call Ben the heel.
Oi, kill that skinny cunt! Kill him!
Hang him! Fucking
Hang him!
Aww. That dude, yo. Aww.
Prince,
I like to think there's literally just one guy, big guy standing in the back with a literal noose. Hang him! Sorry.
It's like a guy waving a screwdriver around and says, "Crack his skull in."
God.
He has no reason to have a screwdriver, he just does.
So I rolled strength brawl to attack, right?
Yeah.
And he has a defense of 4.
He has a defense
So-
4.
Then I will spend my willpower on this attack instead of on the previous
Why?
thing to be staying. Because I only have a chance die.
You guys can't complain about your terrible willpower when you use it for shit like this.
Yes.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, Chris, can I point out that my dirge is competitor?
I'm just gonna say, you're only gonna get willpower back if you win.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Keep in mind the person who'd be helping you has a broken arm.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. I mean, I half expect Ben to kind of try to scramble out of the ring.
Immediately just see, I would just drop off you, skate, and leave, but I don't have the blood to do it. So Ben at this point is basically like, just let him beat the shit out of me. It'll be quicker. I
mean,
punched him and I
I
broke.
can't
hurt
back
myself.
down. With my dirge, I really can't back down. Besides, I did accept, like, full well knowing that you were, like, messing with me. So,
All right, make the roll. Okay.
Nope, nothing. I kind of figured. Wait, actually, would I
Well-
add the 1 die of the chance die to the 3 dice of willpower, or would it just have been
No,
3
the
dice?
chance die
Yeah.
a chance die is only used when you have 0 dice, so you're
That's
effectively
fair.
adding 3 to 0.
Oh, okay.
It is not considered a singular die. A singular
Mhm.
die successful on an 8, a 9, and a 10. You can't get them. You can be reduced to 1 die instead of 0, and then it's just a regular dice, not a chance die.
Yeah. No, okay, that's fair.
You try and attack him, but he's nimble, he's
I'm not
strong,
sure.
but most of all, he's sturdy. Like, you hit him more often than you miss him. He just doesn't seem to care. He's a bit like you, but even more durable.
Better.
Buff boy.
Not
Yeah.
that much more, funnily enough. But he's a very capable all-around fighter, and he sort of he very quickly manages to put you to one side, where he just well, he's just gonna kick Ben into the wall of the cistern as he makes his way around you. This is actually his 3rd roll, I think.
Do we all get 3 rolls, or is it just?
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, at this point, all that Ben was gonna do was dodge. So
You can try and dodge.
sure. I'm assuming it'd be Dex
This is-
Athletics,
this is,
right?
This is a fight that takes place over the course of a couple of minutes, so it's not just like turn-based.
Yeah. No, this is like mild amount of like, just like, oh yes, storytelling, and it's -1 if I don't have the skill, right?
Yeah, I need to check your arm rack condition. May also make your life more difficult here.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
By the way, Sasuke, you only have 4 dice of brawl.
I'm not made I'm not made as a typical gang roll.
My non-combat maquette has more dice to punch people.
Sweetheart, you always have more dice. Pats.
He was big boy.
Yeah. Mine is no big boy. I'm just a small alley cat.
Let's see. It's not on both limbs, it's just on the one. Alright, no, this won't affect your roll.
Sure.
It only
So,
affects your roll if both your arms are suffering arm rack.
cool. And it's it's Dex Athletics, I imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's -1 if you don't have the skill, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bang. All right. I'm on a roll tonight. I'm doing real
Right?
good. Doing real good tonight.
You roll your dex plus your athletics plus your celerity times 2. If you're unskilled, you lose 1 dice to that roll.
Oh, so I'd get 2 more dice, I think?
You get 2 more dice.
Okay, cool.
Do it.
Please, Lord, save me.
Wouldn't you get your celerity as well?
He doesn't have celerity.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you don't.
He has
Hey, you have a
2
success?
a success, yeah. That's better than nothing.
Ah,
Yeah, it's 2 aspects, 1 obfuscate.
Okay, you take 4 bashing damage.
ouch.
Yeah, he just kind of
As
just
you go
takes the
f-
fucking punch.
As you, it's not really a punch more than just a kick to your stomach that sends you flying out of the ring. And you sent tumbling along the floor of the cistern.
Okay, can I roll to play it up a bit more? That way the crowd's a bit happy. It's my final roll.
Roll me your presence plus your expression.
Ah, Jesus Christ. I think that's a 1. I think that's a chance die.
I can get a 10.
Let's
Performance rolls are pretty much always expression.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, it's entirely fair. Since I figure that at this point the fight's over, I might as well roll on something incredibly stupid.
Dramatic failure, it said I hate you more.
Don't I still have 2 rolls, basically, by the way? Because you said we all have 3 rolls. I only rolled once.
How? What? Like, I told you multiple times. How did you not roll? You were given multiple opportunities to roll.
No.
How did you... How?
I'm tired. I worked. I had 4 hours of sleep. It's almost 2:30 here.
So you rolled once. How did you...
Uh-huh.
Well, to be fair, one of your actions wasn't a roll because it was you intercepting the attack, so...
Okay. Well, that's fine. But yeah, okay.
You just
So I
make a
can
second
still
roll for
try
some
and attack
reason.
him again.
You can, yeah.
Okay, I will.
It's out of order, but whatever.
There we go. It's 1. It's 1. Ah!
Oof. I'm not gonna burn another willpower on this. I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this being a chance die.
It wasn't any more entertaining. However, it still hurt like a bitch.
I mean, at least it wasn't the 1,
Yeah, okay, listen. I would have loved to roll a 1 on that just to see what the failure would be.
So, Chris, I'm gonna be a little extra, I presume. Could I make, prior to this final chance die attack, could I make a basically a perception roll to see if he
On what?
has any, basically to see if he's favoring a side, see if he's has a weakness, things like that, to fight a bit more smart.
I'll just give it to you. He seems to have no overt physical weakness, deformity, or any some such.
Okay, I more kind of meant if he's moving very fast or very slow, that could also be a thing. But okay, cool.
Oh,
That's just my
quickly.
1 chance die. Yeah.
He's very physically fit and he's a capable fighter, so he doesn't really have any overt flaw.
Well, it wasn't a 1, luckily. It was a 2.
Okay, well, you go to punch him, he steps to the side, and you join the Benny pile.
Whee! It's fine, yo.
He's just gonna say, we need someone here to complement the Three Stooges.
Ali will
need
just
a third stooge.
Ali will just get up and will shout, "Why don't you come and join us?"
That's when Ben just shut. This is like, shush, you're not allowed to speak anymore.
Why are you provoking the gangrel? Stop this. He will just step on you.
I mean, that's fine, yo.
The cat's just like, stop it. No.
Well, your exit to the cistern is you being tossed out. No, it's
I mean, okay, I kind of figured that he could appreciate someone not taking much shit. So it was kind of made in jest and all good sportsmanship. If he's taking it the wrong way, that is completely fine, though. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. It doesn't matter if I'm still gonna get tossed out. I'm cool with that. But
nah, He'll help up Alley Cat. He'll let Ben drag himself to his feet on his own.
Aw. Fine, we should do
Because-
this again
because-
someday.
We should. You're not too bad. You're pretty durable. Could work on your 1-2.
I mean, you want to help out? You want to help out? It's cool, man. I'll accept.
I'm always down for a bit of for some lessons.
Indeed.
Pass on my skills. That's what old retired bastards like me do.
I mean, like, I get why you wanted to give him a beating as he kind of nudges her head towards Ben, but ultimately, I accepted. And I knew what he was doing, so I was fine with getting the shit punched out of me.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I just can give a shit.
I mean, you do you, man. I don't care.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you motherfuckers later. I also like how
Yo,
nobody
later.
called this guy out for saying he's a retired bastard when he just got in the ring and kicked the shit out of some rando.
I mean, Ellie's not a rando. Fuck off.
And to be fair, he didn't kick the shit out of you. You took no damage.
That's also fine. Oh. Ollie's just gonna look over a bit. It's like, so let's head out to the university then?
Yeah, let me make a makeshift cast for my arm. That when people ask, "Hey, why is your arm fucked up?" and give them a normal explanation.
I mean,
The normal explanation is
check
Talon
it?
kicked the shit out of you. Why hadn't? Oh, so you want to meet with? Oh, all right. Huh.
Yeah, I'm kind of gonna have to work with somebody fairly close with him because of my particular skill set. So, you know, also for any mortals, you know, that seem mildly disturbed that I'm not paying too much mind to my broken arm.
All right, Galva.
All right, well, good show. It just leaves. Just speeds out of the ring.
The funny thing is, Gangrel and Maquette philosophy are like almost the complete opposite of each other, so they actually end up in conflict quite a lot.
Yeah, that probably explains a lot.
Yeah, it goes into a guide to the night where like the Gangrel are very overt about things and the Maquette are very subtle about things, and the Gangrel kind of laugh at those who like try and scheme behind their backs, and the Maquette are like, I will scheme behind your backs whether you laugh or not, motherfucker.
Yeah, basically. It sounds accurate.
Oh, that makes so much sense. This is why Allie was like, why the fuck you want to try and keep it hidden that you're going to see Stanford? But hey, you do you, man.
But yeah,
He's also like, maybe it will heal properly if I like set it. Maybe.
you can heal it by spending a blood point. You can resolve a toll by simply spending a blood point. This isn't tied to a wound, so just the expenditure of a blood point will heal it.
And then what
I will
about
say
my wounds in particular?
Actually, I will say it's tied to a bashing wound you suffered when you struck him, because that just makes more sense rules-wise.
Yeah. That's fine. Because I took how much bashing? Like 4?
4 plus, yeah, just 4.
Yeah.
So
And
this
then
is
that's healed by blood, right?
Yep.
Is it 1 point per point of health, or is it?
No, it's 1 point. So it depends on the wound. If you have bashing damage, a single Vitae heals 2 bashing.
Okay, cool.
So it's quite efficient against bashing, and most things inflict bashing damage. Against lethal, it's 1 for 1. For ag, it's 5 for 1.
Yep.
Oof, rip.
This is why I'm still walking around with 3 ag on my chest. You know?
Yeah. All right, no, that's fair.
So you're gonna go see Stanford.
How do you spell the name of the associate that I'm supposed to meet? That's kind of under Sandforth's watch.
No, you are very confused. Verve told you to go speak with Chav, who's associated to Mer, who's associated to Stanford.
Right.
But you're not going to meet any of those people. You're just going to meet Stanford right now.
No, I know. Because when Stanford asks, why are you here? It's like, hey, I'm going to be working with Mar. Figure that I should meet you in person. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you are you're gonna go to Brunel University. It's a lovely looking university. One of the larger, probably the largest in Hillingdon. One of many universities in London, though. Just one among many, and certainly not the most prestigious. But it is the most prestigious in Hillingdon, and that matters to them. Once you get there, you'll find that there is a night worker who will let you in, guide you up the stairs to a conference room where two individuals are waiting for you.
Yo.
Hello.
It should be noted none of you recognize the woman.
Nope.
That's how you recognize Stanford. Good evening, you come at an interesting time.
That's my specialty.
Yeah. Apologies for this being of such short note.
While I used to go out of my way to meet as many as I could within the movement for the purposes of, well, transparency, given the footing we are on, I currently cannot do this as often as I would like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do not expect this to be a regular occurrence. I do apologize, but it is the nature of our current situation.
That's quite all right. We all have our, ways and means. And considering the particular times that we're in, well, I don't blame you. I forgot what I was going to say. I just had the shit kicked out of me.
He looks at your arm. I noticed what occurred.
Well, see, the joke got out of hand. And, yeah, that's about it. This is my shit kicked in.
He just kind of stares at you for a moment. Well,
Ellie's just gonna say one word to add to this story and says, "Talon."
What? Oh. Oh.
Still running that fighting ring.
Yeah.
He has a look of disappointment and frustration. Not at any of you, just in general. When he speaks of a topic. I don't think he understands the damage he causes to us or the community. People die in these fighting pits. They're not forms of entertainment. But anyway, you wish to discuss something with me.
Oh, yes, I just want to keep you up to date on the rescue mission of Sadie, as well as just ask some particular burning questions that I had.
I have not heard of this. Please continue.
So, what, it been like a week or two ago? That sounds about right. Myself, Chavez, Alicat, Lenny, all went to basically a warehouse that the Invictus had under their watch on some level, with Sadie's grandsire, to basically rescue Sadie's sire, to rescue Sadie. Check the perimeter. There was the inventory that was inside, as well as an unknown, the kindred of unknown bloodline clan. No, clan, that's the word. Clan on the rooftops, as well as a bunch of gangbangers. Generally speaking, they set up a kill box. The man, in particular, seemed to be acting of his own accord and kept more as a distraction from what he was saying, but he also wasn't really kept in the loop anyways, and this seemed to be very particularly his own operation. Eventually, though, we were able to fight off all the gangbangers and the other kindred, two of the kindred that were there, and secure Sadie. However, she was taken by the crone to fix her, since she was thoroughly brainwashed. I'm surprised that this is the first time you're hearing of something like this. I mean, granted, you're not like the wartime leader, but you're still the speaker for the Carthians.
I see. He takes a long pause. Well, thank you for informing me. Sadie, I will request that she is returned to us. It is concerning to me that she would be kept in any fashion by her sire like this.
Why do you say it like that?
Sires and their children tend to have very complicated relationships at the best of times, to put it politely. At least this has been my experience from what I have witnessed from other kindred, even those within our own movement.
I so want to make an insight check on that.
I mean, you can.
Sounds like
I will also make an insight check on that.
Okay, it's -4 dice.
-4.
Yeah. Turns
Oh,
out it's got
king.
high manipulation. Who knew?
I didn't.
The social event.
I mean, yeah. So it's like what, wits or composure?
It's wits.
Wits plus empathy to read somebody.
Wits plus empathy. Oh shit! I have 4 dice for that. So that will be a chance dice, but would my trained observer still count?
Nope.
Fuck.
Trained up so this question doesn't come up again. Trained observer only applies to wits plus composure checks. That's all it ever applies for.
Oh, check. Yes,
Oh,
sorry.
I think actually I have that too. All right, so I'm rolling 4 bones. Gang.
Roll their bones.
Rolling a chance die. But that's fine. Wow.
Alley Cat gotta roll that 10 now. Let's see it.
Come on, do it. Come on, this
That
is
would
your
be
time.
amazing. Oh fuck no.
We've had 2 dramatic failures this scene. Amazing. So
Yep. I haven't rolled anything on it with a success. Like
dramatic
nothing in this
You
roll.
rolled pretty badly this scene.
Yeah.
So you how to say pretty much everything he says can be taken at face value. Nothing to see here, no sir.
I mean, that's fair.
So you completely believe him, like,
Mhm.
and there is absolutely nothing there at all.
Alright.
Ben is still suspicious, but like doesn't get anything.
You can't. Yeah, he's difficult to read. He's a very composed man. He generally wears his emotions on his sleeve, but always in a very mild-mannered way.
Yeah.
He's always in control. So it's very difficult to tell if he's putting on a show or if he's not.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't really pick up anything untoward. But unlike Alley Cat, you're not taking him at face value either.
Yeah. Just kind of like.
I will make Alley Cat defend this man to the hilt.
That's understandable. In my sire and I don't have. I mean, like, we have an okay relationship, but it's always particularly distant.
It is possible that Murph is simply concerned for her child, but, well,
Ali knows
holding
exactly
a
why.
vulnerable
So
individual for... Pardon?
I was going to say, Ali knows exactly why Mirth is keeping on to Sadie, but she's keeping her mouth shut.
Yeah. Do you maybe want to roll manipulation subterfuge?
No.
I don't think you got a choice there.
I mean, he asked, "Do you wanna?" I'm like, no.
Yeah, but he said it in that DM threatening sort of way, like, I'm gonna roll. Cut to your head roll.
With my dice rolls this scene, no.
It's fine. You don't have to actually. I'm just teasing you.
Oh, it's fine. I'll roll it.
No. Come,
Here comes the 3 dice.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
for the love of
Get
God, no.
Second dramatic
I mean,
failure of
it
the
makes
scene.
sense to roll them, but yeah.
Oh
That's why I was saving up my successes. Now I get it.
To be fair, this roll was actually important.
God. Oh shit.
You successfully hide your feels from the group.
There's no way I could roll insight.
You can contest it if you like. He won't because he's an NPC.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
He's not actively looking for something in Alley Cat.
That's fair. What
If Benjamin is, he can.
I mean, Benjamin is generally just looking for information, but I'm not sure that's a good enough justification in this situation.
That's fine. It's your decision to make, but Stanford will continue.
I'll keep
yes.
to myself.
My apologies. This I should introduce you. This is the individual that is so often referred to as the Jade Lady. She is of the Revenants.
Trying to remember if I've heard that name. But I don't think I have.
She bows. A pleasure to meet you both.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Yeah.
She was up until very recently assisting us in our efforts to build bridges of those less fortunate than us among our kind.
Up until recently? You mean until Verve took over?
There have been complications, but our work is still continuing.
So she's still assisting.
He kind of...
She's definitely looking at, like, the Jade Lady at this point. Like, you know, even if she's just addressing it as she.
As she walks forward, her hair is sort of where is this? Okay. A second. Yeah, her hair is a very pale blonde. Her eyes are quite piercing, and she wears a kind of tattered green pea coat. With like layers of sort of knitted scarves around, kind of tattered knitted scarves around her neck. But she will say, yes, I am a major figure among the Revenant movement. And together, your movement and mine have been attempting to ascertain the increase in my kind's numbers underground. And to do with the increasing hostility from the ruling establishment.
Neat.
There are a lot to your movement. It has been she actually struggles to find words. It has been very important to us. Without the Kaffians, well, I certainly would not be here. Awkward
Didn't know,
silence
but
follows.
yeah.
Well, we're glad to be able to help you as well as your cooperation with us in such a important effort. Can I roll something to learn to like see how much I know about the Revenant?
Depends on the certainty. What kind of information you're looking for? Like information about revenants in general, their specific supernatural quirks, or more about how they're structured in London and like what they do and their sort of how they fit into the London.
I guess how they fit in, either just general information or how they fit into London.
To discover how they sort of how revenants are viewed in London and various rumors surrounding revenants in London. That will be either wits, intelligence, politics, or intelligence streetwise. To know what revenants are, that will be intelligence plus occult. Minus 2 dice.
Sure. So I'll do what Revenants are first.
That's a 2 dice penalty because knowledge surrounding revenants is a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah, of course.
And not all that common. But the knowledgeable savant would know a fair bit about them.
Yeah.
They're common enough that the educated know a fair bit about them.
I got 2 successes.
Alright, so you know that revenants are kindred that aren't kindred. They are kindred that effectively were not sired, they were not embraced. Usually created when someone overfeeds, drains a mortal dry, and just leaves the body behind. More often, despite that, it's usually a correlation of how frequently they're created depends on a couple of factors. One, how potent the blood of the kindred who created the dead body was. And 2, how many bodies they're leaving behind. So a more elder, thick-blooded kindred is more likely to create revenants, but more often than not, it's in fact neonates because they're more likely to feed and kill out of hunger and are in less control of their beasts.
Okay.
So technically, an elder is more likely to create a revenant, but statistically, it's generally neonates and ancilla who are less well established.
Okay.
They don't have herds and feeding grounds to support themselves.
Yeah. I gotcha.
There's also just more neonates.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the one other piece of information you have is that revenants suffer from extreme hunger, but that's all you know.
Okay.
Like, it's worse than average kindred hunger. They are constantly, perpetually hungry.
Okay.
But you don't know the specifics of why that is.
Okay, that's fair. I'm glad that we were able to. Actually, can I roll the streetwise for the relations?
Yes.
There.
No dice penalties for this.
And was it wits or intelligence?
Intelligence.
Okay. One success.
So, you are aware that the revenants in London have been hunted more or less in perpetuum by the ruling class of Kindred in London. They have been seen as everything from a public nuisance to a threat to the masquerade to a threat to other kindred. And not without good cause, the Revenant's hunger does make them quite dangerous. But over the past few months, the numbers of Revenants have been increasing. There have always been Revenants in London. It's even rumoured that some have even survived for more than a few years, a few decades even. But recently, their numbers have begun to swell. You've heard of this through the Harpies before the war took off. There were too many Revenants. The Sheriff and his Archons were hunting them relentlessly throughout the sewers and throughout the London Underground, trying to flush them out, burning out entire boroughs of Revenants where they found them. There was one found in Wimbledon Park just a few months ago. Well over a dozen Revenants. And that was just one borough. Needless to say, the population of Revenants in the underground is, well, it artificially inflates the number of kindred in a city, which will inevitably strain the population, particularly since Revenants require more blood for whatever reason. There is reason to believe them a threat to the masquerade, at least in the numbers that they seem to be appearing in, but nobody seems to know why. At least from the people you've been in contact with.
Glad to see that we're doing a good charitable work here.
If you would be willing to assist, there is a matter that Stanford and I will be requesting assistance on. We require a team. To head into one of the
Okay.
boroughs.
Which one?
When she says boroughs, she's not meaning London Borough. She means borough, like a badger's burrow. Ben, you know that's a term for Revenant. Kind of like communal Revenant havens.
Yeah.
Kind of like mass social gathering locations for Revenants, where they gather, where they brood together, where they organize. We believe we have found the source of at least some of the Revenants. And Nosferatu infiltrated one of the boroughs and has taken it over. Stanford will actually put up his hand and he will say, "My apologies, Benjamin, but I must ask Ali Canvas, how much do you trust the man that stands beside you?"
He helped me out in a tight spot, but I don't know much about him, so meh.
Understand. Yes, this Nosferatu is we believe to be a significant and growing threat to us, potentially to the whole city. We do not know the expanse of their operations underneath London. It is possible that they have commanded multiple boroughs of revenants, but we do not yet know just how many. And needless to say, with so many factors in this war, we do not need another. The situation in London is chaotic and bloody enough. I do not wish to add to it. I do not wish for this Nosferatu to add to it further. And I do not wish to see those who are so vulnerable weaponized. Into being tools of this entity.
Quick question. You want this mission to be just Carthians? I have a few others that might be able to help out fairly well, and I kind of, like, so far they haven't let me down. Well, I mean, mostly not let me down.
If they are not, so long as they are not Invictus, I would not oppose.
You honestly think I would bring an Invictus in this party?
No. But
Good.
We have. Both of us have formed positive relations with the Invictus before.
We all make mistakes. Nah, I mean, I'm joking. Zachariah is kind of, you know, chill.
He's currently still within my custody.
That's fair.
His feeding has been complicated by some of the more extreme elements of our movement, in spite of his assistance to us.
I mean, no offense. Doesn't he have like a distant relative in Scotland or something that he can stay with?
Not all of us are as fortunate as you, Alley Cat.
I don't have any distant relatives in Scotland.
No, but you do have distant relatives in London.
What do you mean with that?
I'm surprised you find it so hard to admit that fact, but, well...
I'm gonna insight check Alley Cat. What?
Sure, go ahead.
and then Stanforth about
give you
the.
Stanford for free. Stanford just does seem genuinely confused by Alley Cat's statement. Like, he's like, wait, this is offensive, what?
Insight check time.
I'll roll my subterfuge.
I wasted the roll.
Yeah. I don't think I can roll my my two
Don't just-
dice against that.
That's an exceptional success.
I mean, I still have 2 successes.
Okay, so Alley Cat,
Hmm.
tell Benjamin everything because he got an exceptional success, which means he gets more information than he otherwise would.
I mean, okay, so she's genuinely not quite sure what Stanford is talking about. And she is wondering whether he's talking about her vampire family or someone else. So she's kind of wondering how to, like, you can get the big flash of how do you know about it, and then like, oh, maybe he means that. What does he mean? Like, that's basically, you know, that's how Ellie's mind goes right now.
Right. That's interesting.
But she just shrugs and says to Stanford's like, I mean, yeah, I don't rule out my grandsire when it comes to acquiring help, but
Which is not incorrect.
I prefer to stand my own ground as long as I can. But I get that I'm only, you know, new to this world, a couple of years in. Sometimes you just need a bigger fish.
As you say, I don't disagree. It is a matter of moderation. I have offered to, given our control over Heathrow Airport, escort Azariah out of the city. However, he has insisted upon staying.
Do you know why?
He believes that when the conflict is over, he will be able to return to his house within the Invictus. His loyalty to them is commendable, if nothing else.
I mean, I don't know, like, I get it, but I have a feeling that, you know, even those who don't agree with the Prince in this conflict might not be happy that he jumped to a Carthian for help. But hey, what do I know about politics? Especially Invictus politics.
It will certainly damage his reputation, but the Invictus are not monolithic. If he still stands by his oaths to his house and they remain unbroken, then his house will recognize that, I think.
Fair enough.
The Invictus rule of their powermongering do prize loyalty.
Speaking of this, like, and this is a thing that you would probably appreciate more than Vev, so did I ever tell you, or maybe Zach told you, like, at this point she's just shortening Zahariah to, like, Zach, about, like, you know, the infighting that was going on within the Invictus?
I'm well aware of the infighting of any, or the conflicts that the Invictus has with itself.
I mean, can't we exploit that in some way?
I fear that they are exploiting us.
I mean, you're not wrong, I guess. There's too many battles to fight, let's be honest.
There are so many various interests in this conflict. It is almost impossible to pass them all. It is not simply 5 covenants in neat blocks
No.
engaging in a conventional symmetric war. The Sanctified have attacked the Invictus and the Order are retaliating. The Crone have turned upon the Sanctified. We are at war with the Invictus. The Invictus is at war of about as many covenants as there are in the city and itself.
I mean, basically what you're saying is ultimately no one's gonna win unless there's someone else who's like orchestrating this entire shit show.
It does concern me that so many... We had arrangements with the Crone prior to all of this. I was ready
Yeah.
to negotiate on behalf of the Sanctified so that the Crone would not attack them, and instead we could together focus our ire on the Invictus, but unfortunately the Sanctified appeared to move very aggressively against the Order, and the Crone, well, they responded to what they perceived as a weakness to be exploited. He does not say this with joy. He's quite upset about this. So now, everyone is at war with everyone, and the various sects are all at war with each other and themselves.
The Revenants are darting in between with their own shit show to solve. Then there's the Shadows that are also moving along. Do you think they are the one orchestrating this?
They have a role to play, but I do not believe they are the true enemy.
Because I was sort of wondering, right? And this is just a theory, because I don't know shit about these, like, creatures. But, so, they came first, or we saw them first, when Marcus mentioned their name. But that doesn't mean that they weren't here yet. They could have been orchestrating things for years, for all we know. I'm sure Marcus isn't the only, like, silly individual who mentioned them by name.
You will be surprised how easily the arrogant attempt to weaponize them in spite of the danger they pose to all of us.
Someone behind even them. You think
Right
that guy
now-
Constantine might know about that?
If anyone would know, it might be him. I know he has been keeping an eye out. He attempted to accost one among us the other night. I had to have a very strong word with him regarding the matter.
Wait a minute, what?
He believed one of our own to be possessed. I proved it was
Okay.
otherwise, and we went our separate ways, but not before he posed a serious risk to many of our lives.
Well, that's what happens when you
I
let
respect
other
his
people in control.
commitments. I criticize his fanaticism.
Yeah.
But in any case, this war appeals to the absolute worst aspects of our natures, and if we do not remain in control of ourselves and remain united, I fear for what will happen.
Mm.
The
Yeah, I
assault
hear you.
on Elysium was a mistake. I have told Verb this.
She asked me to join the guillotine, you know that?
She seems to have a very surface level of understanding of you, if I might be so bold.
Oh, and you know more?
I would say that we are better acquainted than you and Verve.
I mean, you're not completely wrong there, but yeah. So, before we actually openly went to war, I was sort of trying to get a group together of different factions to see if we could bring everyone together. Now, I tried to do that against the Invictus, but would it be a smart idea to see if I could push that?
If you can find sympathizers within the various covenants with a desire to see the Invictus removed from power, and to see if you could influence them to, as a covenant, work with us and together as opposed to against each other, that would be appreciated. It is a monumental task. It is one I am myself am working on.
Hmm.
But
I
any
mean,
assistance
I
to
don't
bring
have the fancy contacts that you probably have. Mine are more ground level, but sometimes you need to build something from the ground up, yeah?
And you are a survivor, and that will resonate with many whom I think will resent my own words as one of privilege.
I suppose. I mean, yeah, I'll see what I can do.
There is a degree of frustration when he talks about privilege.
It's at this point when Auspex 2 stand for it.
Okay, roll it.
Roll them boons. It's intelligence, empathy, Auspex. So I get 8 dice.
Neat.
Three successes.
Ask your 3 questions.
What is your relation to your sire? How do you feel about him?
Okay. You receive an immediate sensation of dread, resentment, hatred, blame. You receive a vision of Stanford. He stands before a throne. It is it looks ancient. It's not a throne that comes from any medieval era at all. In fact, it's kind of difficult to tell if it would come from any era, other than just being completely ancient. It's made of stone. Stanford is not wearing the expensive tailored suit that he is wearing before you now. He stands before it with barely more than peasant's rags, really. And some simple leggings and a shirt. He looks small, but he stands before it defiantly. You cannot see the figure that sits upon the throne. They are wreathed in shadow, as if they are a step removed from you. But looking upon them, you can feel their beast. It spreads across every aspect of your vision. It bleeds outwards. It is harrowing to even look at them as they are. And they wear a golden wreath. And the armor of a centurion, a Roman. That is what you get.
His feelings on the Carthian movement as of late.
You get the sensation of uncertainty. You see the windows within the room split down the middle. You see one side covered in blood. The other side is stainless. You see Drayson himself standing before you is cleanly cut down the middle. He is uncertain. You get the sense of fear from him, but not regarding himself. You actually see that he is, or rather you feel that he is afraid for you, afraid for Alicat. Afraid for your souls. And there is a sense of powerlessness and frustration. As if, as much as he cares, he cannot do anything to stop it. And you can feel it feeding his doubts and his beast. Third question.
Sorry, I'm writing these down as notes. Um, hmm. Shit.
Do I need to bring out the countdown theme? I'll bring out the countdown theme, damn it.
I'm tossing between two questions. Where did he learn to shoot fire from his hands?
You are returned to the vision of the centurion sitting upon their throne with their wreath. Again, the sense of dread upon looking at this silhouette is just... It almost causes your beast to frenzy. There is something in that figure that inherently scares your beast so much it does not want to reveal it to you. If you forced the matter and used all specs, again, you could command it to, if you asked it the question of whom. But every fiber of your beast is terrified of it.
Rip. Because I'm hungry right now, right?
You are hungry.
What's the penalties for hunger?
So if you're hungry, when you're given the opportunity to feed, or you come across a situation which may require you to roll for frenzy, hunger frenzy, you'll suffer a -2 dice penalty. If you're brought to 2 blood, you'll suffer a -4 dice penalty. Your dice pool to resist frenzy is resolve plus your composure.
Okay, so that's... And am I in hunger right now?
You currently have 4 blood, right?
Yeah.
So you are currently hungry, you would suffer a -2 dice penalty. It is actually quite difficult to travel around with Kindred right now. They are potential vessels themselves, and your beast wants to feed.
It doesn't hypothetically get worse if I spend another blood, right?
If you spend blood in this state around 3 potential vessels, I'd probably require you to roll for hunger frenzy. And you definitely need to roll the next time you feed.
No, it's fair. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I have enough information from what I just got. Or at least enough for if I want to probe him again.
Whatever created him is... The merest hint of a fact is enough to cow your beast, which tells you quite a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to push this.
But you also know that Stanford is not a friend to his progenitor. And you also know that while he is devoted to the Carthian movement, he is quite afraid for its fate and what it may be reduced to in this war. You can actually roll me intelligence plus investigation to form a stronger picture of who Stanford is as a person.
Intelligence plus investigation.
Because you have quite a lot of information about his both through mundane and supernatural powers. You have quite a good picture of who he is.
Okay. This is the moneymaker roll. Oh god, no, I already rolled it. Minus anything else?
You have You have a lot of information, but you're not really able to put it all together right now. Obviously, what you have uncovered has certain implications, but you're not really sure what those are.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. I think Matthew has a clear idea. Matthew's forming his conclusion. All right, yeah, no, that's...
Does the idea involve running away and learning celerity so you can run away faster?
Partially.
Excellent.
God.
But as you receive those visions, Stanford will just sort of continue. But yes, any assistance that could be offered in this Nosferatu investigation and in bringing the domain together against this common foe. I'd be quite happy to assist you in doing as well.
Probably will
I'm
not.
currently trying to keep the various covenants of the city cohesive. Both the Sanctified and the Crone, I find, are... well, I said they were fighting themselves. I'm trying to keep them from doing so, at least for now.
I'll
The
help
more
them whatever.
violence there is, the greater the cost.
I'll help in whatever way possible.
Thank you. If you're interested in investigating this Nosferatu, we can remain in touch, and we will formulate a plan of action.
All right.
But if that is all, my apologies, but myself and the Jade Lady, we are very busy these nights. I do apologize.
It's quite all right. I appreciate you being able to even take this small amount of time out of your busy schedule for us.
It's quite all right. If I could make more time, I would frankly prefer it. But I wish you a good evening.
To you as well.
See you guys later.
Evening, Alicat. And I think with that, if everybody's satisfied, we can end the scene there.
Yeah.
It's been like
Yeah.
2.5 hours. I blame Saskia. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Fuck off.